Let's talk about money, specifically your money, your relationship with it, how you use it, how it moves within and outside your system. Are you running on the treadmill where you work hard, receive your salary, pay bills, repeat? That's called living paycheck to paycheck. And believe me, it feels like you're making zero progress because you spend everything you earn, and maybe even more. But what if there's a way out? In today's video, we'll talk about 3 signs that tell you you're re-stuck in the paycheck trap, and how to free yourself by changing your system, Piso-by-Piso. If you can relate to this, then you are stuck in the paycheck trap. You live for 2 weeks, and you survive on coffee, Panda Sal, and instant noodles while waiting for your next paycheck. It's okay, we've been there too. For many Filipinos, Sweldo doesn't last the whole month. Right after payday, bills hit. Then expenses trickle in groceries. Load pamasahe. Before you know it, you're borrowing again. It's not just about low income. It's about how that income is handled. There's an old saying in accounting that if you don't have a system, then your system is chaos. When you're stuck in the paycheck trap, your money has no system. It's random, unpredictable, and uncontrollable. You're just floating along and hoping that someday things will magically change. But the truth is, if you want to get ahead financially, you have to take control of your money. And it starts with knowing where you are, recognizing the signs that you're in trouble. Sign, no. 2. You have no buffer. If you ever had a 500 peso emergency, you're going to relate to this. If it's beyond 5 p.m., and you suddenly got a call from someone telling you they need a ride to the hospital right now, how would you react? How much do you think about it? If you're like most people, you'd probably start looking for options. How can you get 500 pesos right now? Maybe ask a friend or borrow from your go-to lending app. Here's the thing. When you have no buffer, everything feels like an emergency. Even if it's not, having a buffer is important because it gives you peace of mind. It allows you to sleep at night knowing that you have something to fall back on. It helps you focus on the bigger picture and make better decisions about your money. So ask yourself, do you have a buffer? Do you have a safety net? And if not, why not? What's stopping you from building one? And sign number 3, you always borrow from something. Now imagine this. It's 8 p.m. and you're on your way home from work. You stop by the grocery store to pick up some milk. You didn't realize that you were out of milk this whole week. And you do want your kid to wake up without any. The store accepts cash, credit card, and gakas. You swipe your gakas and get home. You look at your phone and realize that you have less than 100 pesos left on your Gcash account. But you know what? Next month you'll get your bonus, so you won't have a problem paying it off. This situation is called living on borrowed time. It happens when you rely on future income to pay for current expenses. It's kind of like using your credit card to buy something you want now, but you can afford to pay for later. But here's the problem. It's not always a good idea to live on borrowed time. Sometimes it can lead to financial problems like debt, late fees, high interest payments. It also leads to bad financial habits. The habit of spending more than you earn. The habit of not saving. The habit of putting off your financial responsibilities until tomorrow. But the good news is you can break these habits. You can change your ways. You can start living on your own terms instead of living paycheck to paycheck. So now that you know the signs, how do you reset your system? First step, start a zero-based budget. This means that every peso has a job. If you make 20,000 pesos a month, then every single 20,000 peso needs to be accounted for. You can use an app like MoneyBuilt to help you with this. Or you can start small by creating a table with 4 columns: date, item, amount, and category. Every time you spend money, you need to fill out a form. Write down the date, the item you bought, the amount you spent, and the category it falls under. For example, January 16th, 2024, load 100 pesos. Miscellaneous. This will help you track your expenses and see where your money is going. Don't worry if it feels overwhelming at first. It takes time to get used to. But once you do, you'll be able to see your progress clearly. Second, practice delayed spending. Have you ever seen an item you like but didn't buy it? Most likely, you waited a day or two before deciding whether or not to buy it. That's called delayed spending. It's basically waiting before buying something, and it's a great way to avoid impulse purchases. Impulse purchases are when you buy something without thinking about it first, and they can be dangerous because they can drain your bank account and leave you with nothing to show for it. Imagine this. You're at the mall and you see a dress you really like. You try it on and it fits perfectly. You take it home without thinking twice. But when you get home, you realize that you don't have enough money to pay for it. You could have saved up for it or found a cheaper alternative, but now you're stuck with a dress that you can't afford to pay for. Delayed spending can help you avoid situations like this. By giving you time to think things through, you can decide if you really need the item or if it's just a phase. You can also use this time to look for a cheaper alternative or wait for a sale. Plus, you'll have time to save up for it. It may sound simple, but delayed spending is a powerful tool. It's helped people save money, avoid debt, and reach their financial goals. And the best part? It's free and easy to do. All you need is some self-control and a little bit of patience. Third, switch to cash envelopes. We all know how easy it is to spend money these days. With just a few clicks of a button, you can buy anything you want. But sometimes, it is helpful to take a step back and remember the good old days when we used cash. When you use cash, you physically hand over money for goods or services. It makes you more aware of your spending because you can actually see the money leaving your wallet. And that's a good thing. Seeing money leave your wallet can make you think twice before you buy something. It can help you appreciate your money more and make you more careful about how you spend it. Plus, when you use cash, you can't spend more than you have. You go in, swipe a credit card or use a debit card if you do you and have enough cash. It can help you stick to your budget and avoid impulse purchases. And finally, when you use cash, you can track your spending more. When you pay with a card, it can be harder to keep track of your spending. You might not remember how much you spent on a particular item or where your money went. But when you use cash, it's easier to track your spending. You can simply look at your receipts or check your bank statement to see how much you spent on a particular item or category. So try using cash for your everyday purchases. You can withdraw a certain amount of money for each category, such as groceries, transportation, entertainment, and stick to it. You can also use cash envelopes to help you stay on track. Just put the money for each category into an envelope and label it. Then when you want to buy something, take money from the appropriate envelope. So there you have it. 3 signs that you're stuck in the paycheck trap. If you're struggling to make ends meet, feeling overwhelmed by your finances, and just wanting to get ahead, we feel you. That's why we created the Paycheck Reset Guide to help you become debt-free and build your first 10,000 peso emergency fund. Download the guide for free using the link below and join us in our mission to make Filipinos financially free.